To look at obituaries, a presentation of Curtis and Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. That's Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Memorial service for Denise Crow Gil Yurko, age 60 of Childersburg. That service will be Thursday at 4 p.m. from Fayetteville Methodist Church with the Reverend John Limbaugh officiating. Online memorials at curtisandsonfh.com. Denise Crow Gil Yurko died at her residence on January the 9th at the age of 60. Ms. Inez Miller, age 72 of Childersburg, died Monday at Talladega Healthcare, Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, announcing the arrangements. Mr. Lewis H. Abbott, age 75, died Monday, January the 11th at Coosa Valley Medical Center, Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Childersburg Chapel, will announce those arrangements. Mrs. Faye McClinney, age 87 of Rockford, died January the 7th. Funeral arrangements will be announced by Curtis and Son Funeral Home. Funeral service for Gerald D. Turney, age 89 of Sylacauga, will be this afternoon at 3 o'clock from Curtis and Son North, with the Reverend Jim Shaw officiating. Burial in the Wagufka Methodist Church Cemetery. Online condolences at curtisandsonfh.com. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, will direct that service. Funeral service for Mr. John R. Newberry, age 88 of Sylacauga. That service will be today at 2 p.m. from First United Methodist Church in Sylacauga. Visitation prior to the service from 1 until 2 p.m. In lieu of flowers, a family request donation be made to the First United Methodist Church. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga, directing that service. Mr. Newberry, a former city clerk in Sylacauga, and he passed away January the 9th. Radley Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga, directing the service. Funeral service for Mr. Richard A. Blades of Sylacauga. That service will be today at 2 p.m. from Radley Smith Funeral Home Chapel, with the Reverends Tommy Thornton and Jim Shaw officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery in Sylacauga. Mr. Blades died on Saturday. He owned and operated A&M Clothing on Norton Avenue for many, many years. In lieu of Richard's generous spirit, the family asks that contribution be made to a charity of your choice. Memorial message may be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga, directing that service again today at 2 p.m. for Mr. Richard Blades. That will be at Radley Smith Funeral Home Chapel. Mary Ruth Harper Kennedy, age 89 of Talladega, died on Monday. Funeral service will be Wednesday at 11 a.m. A graveside service from the Evergreen Cemetery. Visitation prior to the graveside from 10 until 11 o'clock at the funeral home, Radley Smith Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Francis Maurice Williams, age 98 of Sylacauga, died January the 11th, Radley Smith Funeral Home, announcing. Dorothy A. Matthews, age 86 of Childersburg, died Monday, January the 11th at Coosa Valley Medical Center, Radley Smith Funeral Home, announcing. Funeral service for Randy Lee Stewart, age 54 of Talladega. That service 2 o'clock Wednesday at Ursery Funeral Home Chapel, with burial in the Midway Memory Gardens. The station will be from 1 until 2 at Ursery Funeral Home on Wednesday. The Reverend Wes Johnson will officiate the service, and Randy was a talented musician, and he performed with many bands. He did backup for Kenny Chesney and Joe Stampley and Johnny Paycheck and many others. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega, directing. Funeral service for Willie Bell Tuck, age 87, will be Wednesday at 1 o'clock From Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church, with the Reverend Dante Whitaker officiating, interment in the Macedonia Church Cemetery. Mrs. Tuck died January the 6th at Talladega Healthcare. Anniston Funeral Service, directing that service for Willie Bell Tuck. Donald Twyman, age 25, died January the 11th. Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary announcing. Mrs. Johnnie M. Debardlabon, age 64, died January 10th at Coosa Valley Medical Center Community Funeral Home announcing. And the Reverend Bobby Joe Hunter, age 61, died January the 11th at his residence. Funeral arrangements are pending. They were announced by Community Funeral Home in Sylacauga. That is a look at obituaries this morning, brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. That's Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.